Hello, beautiful friends. This is Michelle Francesca, Inspiration for Life. I'm going to be sharing a series of 7 short messages titled 7 Things We Often Think Are Wrong to Feel, but are not. Our programming has conditioned us to believe that certain things that we feel or experience are wrong or they're bad, when in fact they're natural, they're normal, and in many cases they're actually very useful. So we're going to start with this one today that I've put at the top of the list. Number 1, sensitivity and sensitive days. When we feel sensitive, when we're having a sensitive day, we often deem it as wrong or bad, as though there's something wrong with us. But let's flip that thinking and begin to examine this and realize how, in fact, it is such a blessing, it is such a gift. It's often a very useful thing to feel or experience. I put it as my number 1 because there are so many of you who are watching this who are highly sensitive souls, introverts, artists, creators, and you, along with the rest of humanity, might be experiencing some especially sensitive days lately. You know, it's so ironic that sensitive souls can often feel like a failure, when in fact they're the most needed gift on the planet. Sadly, they are often a gift that the world is not capable of fully receiving. Sensitivity is in fact a gift that we've been conditioned not to tolerate, to consider as a blessing. Many people are unaware of the treasure and the wisdom and the solutions, very practical solutions, that sensitive, intuitive souls carry within their wise beings. Sensitive souls are really tuned in. If you maybe would consider yourself just an ordinary person that's having some sensitive experiences lately, that could be aspects of yourself that have been numbed down and suppressed for a long time, actually waking up. Your intuition is coming online. Sensitive souls, or when we're experiencing sensitivity, we usually need space for that. We need time. We need solitude. We need room to contemplate. We need room to consider what the sensitive information that is beginning to buzz through us is wanting to tell us. Sensitive people often have rhythms that are not akin to the rhythms of the busy consumerist world that is focused on an entirely different paradigm of success. Sensitive souls who are needing to flow with a different rhythm, who are hearing a beat of a different drum, can often be regarded as lazy, useless, spaced out, over-emotional, and more. And the worst thing of all is when sensitive souls gaslight themselves, can tell themselves they are wrong, tell themselves that they are a failure, feel like a failure, accommodate that lie that they are a failure in this world because they're a little bit different, because they're operating in their intuition and their sensitivities. When they experience values and have needs that are a little bit different to this world's programming, they can often feel very wrong for the way that they are, which is why I put this at the number 1 spot on this 7 things that we can feel or experience that we think are wrong but are not. You know, we're all extensions of the limitless, of Source. Sensitive souls, those experiencing sensitivity, often know and feel this connection to spirit. And they're in tune with the fact that their soul is not just in their body, but their body is in their soul, in and connected with the eternal spirit. They're often aware that their frail human houses are trying to contain the vastness of their expanse and intuitive insight. And not only can that body barely contain the vastness of what a sensitive soul, what all of us really are, we've been programmed to think that feeling this way, feeling connected to spirit, feeling connected to all that is wrong, that it's dangerous, that we're weird, that there's something wrong with us. No wonder some days it can really hurt and be so confusing to be a sensitive soul or to experience sensitivity. No wonder sensitive souls struggle in this world. And no wonder, to a large extent, their ideas have been denied, their intuitive connection and their energetic awareness has been foo-fooed and seen as something ridiculous. So no wonder then sensitive souls right now, especially we're coming online, really waking up, often feel tired, feel confused, feel overwhelmed, and in desperate need of nature and spaciousness to embrace, to say yes to, and to acknowledge the greater part of who they are. In these days, our spirit man is coming online in a greater way than ever before, no matter who you are or how you've lived prior to now. There are energetic shifts, there is incoming light, there are DNA upgrades, and sensitive souls, and those of you who may be experiencing this kind of sensitivity that you are not familiar with and you think there's something wrong, you could be experiencing these shifts and changes. Sensitive souls feel these shifts and changes long before they have a logical explanation for it. They are often the ones holding space and holding light for those who are asleep to the mysteries and greater beauty of their real essence and existence. Sensitive souls may appear to be doing nothing, but they are not doing nothing. In the same way that a lighthouse does nothing except to be present near a shoreline in preparation for its purpose, which is to shine when there is need, sensitive souls are like lighthouses that just need to be. They are doing things in the world that they don't even fully understand, but they are processing. They are, in some ways, recycling bins, recycling units for energy that humanity does not know how to process, and they are anchoring light into the earth, which is a phenomenal responsibility at this time. And to do that and to try and carry on in such a linear, typical, old paradigm way is sometimes very difficult, and it can throw the sensitive soul off kilter, giving reason to feel very wrong, very weird, very confused on some days. So the most important thing that we need to remember when we feel sensitive, or if we are a sensitive soul, is that A, we're not wrong. B, it's not bad for us to be feeling this way. It's certainly not an indication that we're a failure or unsuccessful in our beingness in this earth. In fact, we need to really self-care and give ourselves space and do all that we can to create a life that honors our true rhythms. Sensitive souls are often flowing with unseen directives, and they often feel like they do not belong. They are not only strange or eccentric to others, they feel strange to themselves, and as a result, they can become estranged from themselves in order to survive in this world. The programming and conditioning of this world, of our world, has sidelined sensitives or pigeonholed them as weird, when in fact they have a wealth of intuitive information to offer the world. And this wealth of information needs time, and it needs space, and it needs solitude to be able to interpret into language these solutions, these understandings, these new insights, so that they can benefit the masses. Sensitives often feel that they've been dropped off in a foreign land because our world ignorantly negates or minimizes, even holds hostility towards the naturalness of the spiritual beingness that we hold that many of you hold in your co-creative earth suit. Sensitive people can often feel like they have to dim down their light or shut down their intuition or shut down their sensitivity in order to be able to belong, in order to be able to squeeze into a westernized, consumerist focused box, simply just to survive. It's been that way for many centuries. But I believe that the tide is turning, and that the number one step for creating space for these powerful, sensitive souls in the earth, for an increase of intuitive sensitivity, for connection to the heart, not just the linear thinking brain, we're going to have to first accept ourselves. We're going to first have to come to the place where we realize it's not wrong for me to feel this way. It's not wrong or bad to be sensitive. We've simply been conditioned to believe that it is wrong, but it is not wrong. It is a beautiful, beautiful quality that sensitive souls carry that is much needed in the earth at this time. So whether you are a sensitive soul or a regular Joe who is feeling sensitive lately, as I say, please know this is not wrong. What you might think is wrong is actually what's right with you. It's you cluing in to important information that you typically might ignore, schedule out, numb down, dumb down. And your sensitivity is alerting you that there's something important to take note of. Maybe that sensitivity is in your body. Maybe it's a form of sadness, maybe even a darker days where you're wondering, I don't know how I'm going to get through this, feeling hopeless, feeling as though you're in a dark tunnel and you can't see the light at the end of it at this point. Instead of suppressing the sensitivity, instead of, as a sensitive soul, trying to squeeze yourself into a shape that you're not, let us take a stand for the truth that it is not wrong to feel sensitive or have or be a sensitive soul or experience sensitivity in these times. It is actually our higher self and our body all trying to integrate as one, cluing in, tuning in to the greater reality of our world, of the dimensions that we exist within, and the essential identity that is the core truth of who we are. If you are a sensitive soul, God bless you. If you're experiencing sensitivity, God bless you. Know that it is not wrong or it is not bad. You are in the right place at the right time. Just continue to grow and evolve in the truth of the fullness of all that you are. I hope that's been encouraging to you. Like and subscribe. Come back in a couple of days. I'm going to pop up number 2 on this series, 7 things that we think are wrong to feel, but they're not. See you next time.